Mexico chooses silence, while Canada responds forcefully. Which strategy is the key to success when confronting Trump in this trade war? Canada, under the leadership of the new Prime Minister Mark Carney, has officially taken a hardline stance against U.S. tariffs after Trump imposed a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports from Canada. Ontario immediately retaliated by raising tariffs on electricity exports to the U.S.
President Trump's trade war is heating up. The Canadian province of Ontario says it will slap a 25% surcharge on electricity exported to the U.S. Let's go to CBS News correspondent Chanel Call. Chanel, great to see you.
This put pressure on important states like New York, Michigan, and Minnesota, forcing Trump to respond. Mark Carney, who is expected to bring a new wave for Canada, declared that the country could no longer trust the U.S. and must protect itself.
We will never, ever bow down to a bully. Canadians will always stick together. And we won't stand by as tariffs hurt our workers and their families.
And it's not just Carney. Ontario Premier Doug Ford is also unafraid to confront Trump. This situation shows a shift in Canada's approach. They are no longer a silent ally, but a powerful partner capable of ramping up retaliation strategies when necessary. The 25% tariff that Ontario imposed on electricity exports to the U.S. could cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars. Specifically, New York State relies heavily on electricity from Canada, according to data from the U.S. Department of Commerce. The steel and aluminum tariffs reduced Canada's exports to the U.S. by $4.6 billion in 2018. Canada and Mexico are showing two very different strategies in response. Mexico, under the leadership of President López Obrador, maintains a discreet diplomatic strategy. Instead of confronting directly, Mexico has chosen to negotiate, yield, and remain silent to minimize conflict. Specifically, Mexico does not react as strongly as Canada, but instead opts for secret negotiations and one-on-one agreements with the U.S. In contrast, Canada has decided not to remain silent and to take bold action from the start. Mark Carney believes that the silence strategy towards Trump is not the solution. His prominent statement resonated strongly in the international community. If we stay silent, Trump will continue to disrespect us. That's why Canada chose to confront publicly, retaliate, and demand respect from the U.S. Although Mexico maintained a silent approach, data from the World Trade Organization, WTO, shows that Mexico still maintained a stable trade relationship with the U.S. through discreet negotiations. Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, played an extremely important role in dealing with the U.S. when Trump raised tariffs on steel and aluminum. Doug Ford didn't hesitate to increase electricity tariffs for U.S. states, particularly New York, Michigan, and Minnesota. This was a strategic move to make the U.S. reconsider its decision. Is that this move made Trump rethink. U.S. trade representatives had to meet with the Ontario government for negotiations. This was a clear shift in how Trump treated Canada compared to Mexico. This proves that Canada's tough strategy was not in vain. Canada, under the leadership of Mark Carney and Doug Ford, has sent a clear message. If you want to respect us, we will fight for that. This trade war will continue, but Canada and Mexico could gain the upper hand if they continue to apply smart and bold strategies. Trump will find it difficult to maintain his bullying strategy in a globalized world, where countries can come together to counter unfair policies. Stay tuned, because the upcoming developments will leave you shocked.